if this Iran war continues, we're going to be looking at some serious supply chain issues. We're already seeing issues with the fuel. Slovenia, they're basically implementing rationing right now. They're rationing their fuel right now. The Philippines, they've declared a energy emergency, and this is happening while Russia is basically temporarily suspending their export of ammonium nitrate, which is really important for fertilizer. So if countries can't get a hold of fertilizer or the material, stuff they need to make fertilizer, that's going to be a real big problem. They're not going to be able to make a lot of food, and that's going to create some serious chaos across the world. And this is happening because of this war, which was completely unnecessary, completely avoidable. But it doesn't matter now. That train has left the station. And it doesn't matter what Trump says at this point. He said that, there's some type of deal in the making. No, there isn't. Iran has officially rejected Trump's proposal or his claims or whatever. They're not actively engaged in a negotiation with Trump. He's just saying that his 5-day pause may just be a delay so that he can send the 82nd Airborne as well as the Marines to Iran, that area. We don't know exactly what's the plan, obviously. We don't know how that's going to turn out. But I do want to know what's the plan for the drones. Because the Iranians, they are relying a lot on drones. They're using $30,000 drones to hit U.S. military bases. They're shooting $30,000 drones at these bases, and the U.S. military is firing up $1 million missiles, interceptors, and they're running out of them. So what's the game plan if we do have a landing? What happens when those drones start going towards U.S. soldiers? I don't know. I don't know what's the plan, but we're going to find out, I guess. And I really wish we could avoid this, because I don't want more people to lose their lives. Obviously, there was a situation where a bunch of schoolgirls got killed in Iran. The U.S. dropped a bomb or something on a school or something, and Trump tried to say that, it wasn't us, it was Iran, and all this BS. No accountability, of course. People are losing their lives for what? So because the president is compromised, Trump is compromised. It's so frustrating, incredibly frustrating. But, we're heading in this direction. The U.S. military, at least the Army, has increased their age limit for enlistment. They changed it from 35 to 42 or so. So now to make it easier for older guys to get into the military and serve. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, recently came out and said that, hey, if you got kicked out of the military because you wouldn't take the COVID vaccine, we're going to welcome you back in, and you only have to serve 2 years. These are indicators that we're headed in a certain direction towards war, and it's concerning. It's very, very concerning. So I hope you guys are doing what you can to prepare for this new season or whatever the heck we're about to enter, because the supply chain, I don't know what's going to happen with that. If we don't have access to certain energy, then it's going to be difficult for a lot of companies to produce the plastic for packaging. I wonder if we're going to go back to glass, like glass containers for milk. I'm just wondering, can we even do that? Do we have the capacity to do that anymore? Just want to throw that out there. Maybe we do. I don't know. Going back to glass containers, what are we going to do if we don't have the plastic? Because there was a world before plastic. So in a lot of ways, we have to go back to that. So the world, do your best, guys. Anyway, guys, these are my thoughts. I just want to give you guys some more ideas on what you can do to set up, prepare. I want to throw some ideas at you guys to let you know what some of the things that I'm working on. Take care, guys. All right, I have my emergency items. This right here is a bucket filled with freeze-dried food. I actually got this from a big gun store. Got the duct tape up there that goes with the plastic sheeting. I can use this to sort of cover up windows in case I'm concerned about any particles that might be dangerous. If I want to keep dangerous particles out of the place where I'm at, that's something I would turn to. Use the duct tape to put it in place. This is some water. This is a portable toilet. Some kitty litter in there or a plastic bag. And I can dispose of my droppings or whatever. Toilet paper is always important. But I want to really talk about having some medical supplies, or trauma kit, I should say, more than just your typical first aid kit. This is a combat gauze, quick clot combat gauze. This is a chest seal. This is for a more extreme situation. You still need a grid, or hospitals will be functioning, so you can take the person to the hospital and help them out. This is some basic survival stuff. You got windproof, weatherproof matches. You got an emergency blanket. This is a tourniquet, of course. Some gauzes. Right here you have MRE, meals ready to eat. You have an emergency sleeping bag. Extra pair of glasses. These are my prescription glasses. And what I did is I took the old frames, and when I got the new prescription, just put the new lens in there. So I have backup glasses. Obviously, water is a really important thing. You want to have as much water as you can. Hygiene items is always important. Plenty of rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, some basic items. It's important to have some extra hygiene items, just in general. Got some contractor bags to help deal with waste in an emergency situation. Water filter, that's just something I hope that everybody has, in case you find a water source and there's no grid operating. And because when the grid stops working, a lot of times the pumps aren't going to be able to pump water to your location. Especially if you live in a high rise or something like that. Even if you don't, that could be a concern depending on where you're located at. So this is a good contingency. This is a portable stove. It takes propane tanks. It also takes other fuel as well. Yeah, I just want to give you guys some ideas. Now, as far as particles in the air, you can get, I have a half face mask right here with cartridges. Also have some filters, as well as a P100 mask. If things are really severe, you can use this NBC mask. This is an older mask, nuclear, biological, chemical mask. They call them something else now, but just basic hygiene. It's going to be important. It's going to be a bigger deal than a lot of people think. Just preventing infection. Dude wipes, any type of wipes, is going to be really important. Gloves. But the most important thing is that you have plenty of food and water. Non-perishable food and some water. I don't care if it's beans and rice. Okay. Sugar, flour. And of course, canned goods. Right now I have one really good radio, but I want to have backups as well. And if you have radios, you got to make sure you have plenty of batteries. This is running low already. This one actually is a shortwave radio, AM, FM radio, shortwave. Matter of fact, let me change these batteries out. Plenty of batteries, and they're spread out. There we go. All right, I put it in the wrong way. There we go. By the way, I have another pair of glasses. It's a current prescription, and I'm gonna keep this one in my vehicle. I always recommend having extra, if you wear glasses, have an extra pair in your vehicle. Basically put it in your emergency bag, and keep one at home, in addition to the ones you wear every single day. So if it's a grid down situation and you can't go to the eye doctor, and you get into a confrontation, or you jump or fall or whatever, your glasses are damaged, you have some backup glasses you can rely on. I still have to get some more wood, a lot more wood. Another item worth thinking about, fire extinguisher. When electrical systems fail, it's a real possibility. People might start using candles and not use them properly, and just things might burn down. So you want to at least have some options. You want to have these. I definitely have more than one in my place, but I also have one in my vehicle as well. That's rated for vehicle fires. Something to think about. So these are some proactive things that we can do. I know the news could be discouraging at times. You hear about what's going on in Iran, and you hear about obviously the war and gas prices or whatever. But these are some things we can do, some precautions we can take right now to put ourselves in a better situation for when things get even worse. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget the future belongs to those who prepare for it today.